Hello again, guys and gals. Kevin here, and today I want to answer a question that comes up in forums online virtually every day, which is this question: how long does it take to do Route 66? How long should I plan to be able to do Route 66? And I see people, I'm going to be in Chicago on the 5th and I need to be in Los Angeles on the 12th. And a lot of times these people are even flying in from overseas and they're going to try to do all of Route 66 in 7 days, 8 days, 10 days, and they want to know what to expect. I'm going to tell you what to expect. I'm going to give you the good and the bad, and I'm going to give you some other suggestions to how to make your trip on Route 66 more enjoyable. So you want to do Route 66, all of Route 66 in 8 days. Really? 2,400 miles. So for the people who have the question, can I do Route 66 in X number of days? You're asking the wrong question. The question you need to be asking is, will I enjoy trying to do all of Route 66 in X number of days? Two different questions with two completely different answers. Can you do Route 66 in 14 days or 10 days or 8 days? Of course you can. You could probably do it in 3 days. But is that the vacation that you've envisioned? A vacation where you are basically a long-haul truck driver driving across the continent? Or did you envision seeing things and seeing places and exploring what used to be there and meeting people? So I'm going to tell you the one thing that nobody else online, on websites, on forums seems to tell you. And that is this, and it's really important. No one says you have to do all of Route 66 at one time. And I know there are some people out there that are going to disagree with this. I had this kind of going in another forum, this conversation, and there were some people that come on there and said, hey man, we spent, 8 or 9 days and we had the vacation of a lifetime and we just had a great time, and, we'd like to come back again and do a little more, a little faster because, spend a little less time because we missed a lot of it. Yeah, you missed a lot of it. You pretty much are going to miss the entire experience except trying to hit about 5 highlights down through there, which includes staying at a couple of motels. And while some of the motels on Route 66 are okay, you just have remodeled 80-year-old motels that you wouldn't stay in anywhere else if it wasn't on Route 66. That's reality. And the nicer ones aren't going to look anything like they did back in 1954 because they've all been remodeled 3 times since then. And the ones that are 50 and 60 and 70 years old and haven't been remodeled, they're basically crack houses with homeless people living there. Trust me on this, you do not want to stay in these rundown Route 66 motels. It is not going to be safe, it's not going to be clean, and it isn't going to be enjoyable. So here's my advice for any of you that are thinking about doing Route 66 and you only have 8 days or 2 weeks or whatever to do it. And I think you'll thank me for it. Divide 66 up and do part of it. Do half of it or less. If you're flying in to Chicago, as an example, do the first 2 or 3 states. If you're coming into the West, do California and Arizona and New Mexico. You need to slow this pace down. Don't kill yourself trying to do this, because again, you're going to miss a lot. There's a lot of things right off the beaten path. There's a lot of things that aren't going to be open certain days that you're going to want to see, and not everything that's even open is open 7 days a week. There's a good chance that the day you go through there and you really want to stop at whatever it is, it won't be open. I can tell you, like most touristy areas, if you're not from the United States, you may not understand this because I don't know how it works from Europe, but a lot of these family-run things, they are closed on Mondays. Some of them are closed on Mondays and Tuesdays. That includes things you want to go to. In a lot of small towns, that includes restaurants. And the reason for that is because those people work and deal with the rush and make the money on the weekends. And so they get a day or two off during the week. They're closed on Mondays and or Tuesdays. So if you're trying to do this trip in just a week or two, look at the calendar and look at the Mondays and Tuesdays, because I almost guarantee you can just about write those days off. Mondays and Tuesdays need to be travel days when you're driving distances between two locations you really don't care about with a lot of nothing, say when you get into New Mexico, or you need to slow down the pace and just take it easy and stay an extra day somewhere and use that as a rest day. Get your batteries recharged and then continue on with your adventure. So that's my advice. I hope that helps you out. You may agree with me, you may not agree with me. If you've done some or all of Route 66, I'd love to hear your experiences. Let us know how long it took you to do Route 66 and whether you did some of it or all of it, and whether you think you traveled too fast or whether you had the right pace and really enjoyed what you did. Because every time I see these posts, and I swear they come up on Facebook in different travel groups almost every day, people coming from different parts of the world that already have this trip mapped out, and I just cringe every time I read one of these, because they don't understand what they're getting into trying to do a Route 66 trip in a week. And those people are spending a lot of money. They have reservations in the hotels. They're going to spend a fortune on gas and car rentals, that absolute fortune on airfare, depending on what time of year they're doing this. So maybe some of the people planning on coming from other countries, or they're in the United States and they're driving from Vermont or somewhere and going to start 66, or Washington State down to California and they're going to start 66, and they've never experienced this before. If you have, your comments are going to be important to the other people that see this video. Whether you agree with me or not, go ahead and lay it on the line for these people, because a lot of people that watch these videos, they also scroll through these comments. One more quick update for my subscribers. If you haven't seen a video in the last couple of days, there is a new Facebook page that's attached to this channel. If you go down in my description, you'll see a link over to that page on Facebook. If you follow it, click the follow button. That way you'll see what's on there, because we're going to use that for much, much more than just throwing a link on there saying, hey, we've got a new video. There's a lot of time-sensitive stuff that I'm going to be able to put on that page that I think you guys will find interesting, or that will help you out in your travels.